live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
All right.
Okay.
On to the real.
On to the real.
Court Whitman.
Court Whitman. Yeah. This is pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
This is a pretty cool on to the real. Just because it's a little different. In that he was obviously he played football. I can't remember where he played now. I can't remember where he played football, but he played. I can't remember, but anyway, he played football. But now he has and he was a special forces commander.
Yes.
Commando. That's the part that was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like that's what we do when we done.
Right.
Okay, special forces commando. But now he has his own company, Inspiring High Performance. And he's a coach, which, you know, is going to be near and dear
Right.
to my heart.
Yeah.
He's an executive coach and a leadership coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so it's just, you know, our thing. He's a speaker. He does all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, it's always finding those people who, because our thing is always saying, no matter when the sport is over. So,
right.
We just never know. Like, that's why we do what we do with Feel to the Real, because you just don't know when it's going to be over. It could be, you know, you never see the field again after high school. You never see the field after college. Right. So you know, what does it look like? And so it clearly to see people who are able to make that transition successfully is always our goal when we spotlight these people. We want them to be seen and let those of you who are out there who might be nearing a transition and unsure of what's next, that there is life after.
Yes.
Because you're more than.
Yes. And you're gonna have to navigate it and figure it out. And our charge has, you know, at the onset of us creating this project was to be those people in the lives of these young men and women, to help them, because it's not always it comes to you and you just know what your purpose is, what your passion is.
I wouldn't have a job if that was the case.
Huh?
I wouldn't have a job if that was the case.
Right. Right.
If people just sat down and said, oh, and it just came down on them. No, I wouldn't have a job. And so that's people in general just don't know. But specifically when you've been told you're something and you've been trained for something and you've been so focused on something for so long, it's even harder to be able to walk away and be like, well, now who am I now?
Right.
Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
So that's why Court, you know, I like that he took the steps and went about it the way that he did. Everything, and the thing I know is everybody's path has a purpose. And so him having to go and do what he did in the armed services before getting into this also played a part in him being who he is and doing what he does. And so I just I like it. And I love what he says on his website. He says, why do I work in this way? He says, because when we deeply understand who we are, we can begin to understand our behavior. And our behavior impacts our influence. It's our ability to influence that directly drives our ability to deliver meaningful results. Yeah. So, you know, as a leadership coach and an executive coach, it makes sense. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it took him having to go through being an athlete and being an armed services professional to know, like, yeah, all of this is all of this means something. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta know. And ultimately, we always talking about the platform that athletes have.
Mm-hmm.
And so having but he's doing it for everybody. Like saying you're an influencer just based on what you can bring to the table in your behavior.
Right.
Once you believe. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a coach, so all this stuff to me was exciting.
Yeah.
I know it ain't everybody's boat, but for me, I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. Like, yeah. But anyway, shout out to Court Whitman.
One of the things that, I believe that with his mission, we're connected in some ways. But one of, I guess, the most glaring things about him that certainly connects him with us is that he's also a podcaster.
Yes, he is.
He
is a podcaster.
I thought that was pretty cool, like for him to just be in all of these endeavors and like also using podcasting as a platform to spread his message, which when we first started this was the reason why we did it. So shout out to Mr. Court Whitman.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. All right.
Feel good final thought.
Yeah.
Now you found this one, and when I found it out, we always we always champion the women.
What?
And typically
pioneers and stuff. Yes.
Right. Typically we're shouting Black Girl Magic. And when I first read this name, I thought it was Black Girl Magic as well.
Lord forgive us.
Because I just didn't know.
Look, that is so wrong on our part. Lord forgive us.
I didn't know. But
so wrong on our part. I just don't know many that's named. I'm sorry, people outside of the African American race that are named this name.
Yes, I
don't.
I have never experienced that. So please forgive my ignorance. But in all seriousness, Miss Heaven Fitch, excuse me.
Fitch. Mm-hmm.
A North Carolina woman who
Junior.
Mm-hmm. Who won the men's state championship in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those we got to take a step back collectively. And and just marvel at that. She really.
I mean, there are no female wrestlers, so
right. So she had to compete with the men.
Yeah,
and I love her quote. I
didn't see what she said.
Let me. I don't want to misquote her. I'm gonna give her the.
Oh, I see it.
And it says,
see it.
It feels good to pin a guy. I love that.
Yes, Heaven.
It feels good to pin a guy.
That's right.
And
that's right.
I don't know how many times she would have had to in order to win the championship, but I can estimate that it had to be quite a few times that she had to pin the guy.
They said she won in the 106-pound weight class.
Okay.
1A division. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So she had to, hold her own. I'm just like, when I heard it, I was like, wait, what? Did they just say first female in history to win the championship, the state championship in wrestling?
But check out her record. 54-4 in her 11th grade season.
She had a whole bunch of men down.
Yes. Wow.
Go ahead, Heaven. Give it to him, girl. I love it. That's pretty impressive.
You're right. This is one of those feel good final thoughts, and I think we had I guess a couple that we were looking over, and I think we both settled on this one just because like this is an awesome feat for a woman. Looking at her record, looking at what she was able to accomplish, and stuff like this has to be highlighted.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Any
Like, it's
strides
not
by
a
women
small
in sport.
feat.
Right. It is no
Right.
small
It's not
feat.
a small feat. That's the thing. Like,
No.
you gotta imagine the difficulty for her, not just to compete in the sport on the mat, but to compete in the sport, having to be escorted probably to the female locker room, or you know what I mean. Like, you don't get to just go where the dudes do get dressed. You gotta go somewhere. Like, everything about it highlights that you're a female in a male world.
Right.
And so for you to be able to overcome all of even the stuff that's off the mat, to be able to perform the way you did on the mat is even that much more impressive. Being a pioneer, saying it's possible. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a movie I saw, it may have been a couple of years ago on Netflix, where it was a young lady who was wrestling. It had to be wrestling with men.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if she actually won the championship in that movie. I don't even think that might have. I don't think that was the point of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But this made me think of that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good stuff though. Like,
yeah.
hey, like, I love it. I love that she was, bold enough, didn't care. That's right.
At 16.
Go do what you do. Like, you just think about it. Well, I know what it's like to be a 16-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole goal is to fit in.
Right.
Like, that's every 16, well, not every. Most 16-year-old girls, that's their thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got to fit in. I mean, so to be in a space and in a place to be able to say, I don't care if I fit in.
Yeah.
I mean, because I can only imagine some of the things that have been said to her in just the hallways with other females, because we patty and catty like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just about you out here wrestling with all the boys, or things that other boys, because at that age, hormones are raging.
Oh, yeah.
So some of the things that have probably been said to her, I can't even imagine. So, yeah, way to go, Heaven.
And I'm sure that those young ladies who possibly were making fun of her are probably celebrating this moment with her as well.
Well, you would hope.
True.
You would hope.
Yeah.
You would hope. I would hope that they would see the bigger picture.
To see like just how big of a moment this is.
Yeah. You would hope. If not, she's getting all her love elsewhere, because it was all
it's been all over the place. So
so she's getting her love. If they not, that's okay, Heaven. You just keep doing what you do, girl. Mm-hmm. So good stuff.
Well, shout out to her.
Yes.
Again, Heaven, please excuse my ignorance.
At least listen, I'm gonna just say mine to Heaven, because I
Oh man!
I had to look at the picture twice. Like, is she?
Wait.
Oh,
wait!
Okay. Had no idea. I've never seen a Heaven. That was okay. Anyway, so shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah.
Well, we are at the end of another episode.
Yeah.
Okay. When I think about like the fact that we have been doing this for over a year, like it still feels surreal that amount of time has passed. Because I was just talking about the project, and I was saying, we started it in September of 2018, which means it'll be 2 years, this upcoming September, and that's like mind-boggling. And just the fact of us starting the podcast not too long after that, and us having consistently done it, over this past year, even in the moments where we had a stretch of not being on air, we've been consistent with it. And I typically start breaking down the podcast with thanking everybody who listens and everybody who watches us on YouTube. But I want to thank you, Stephanie, because any moment where we got to record and I need you to be flexible, you've been flexible with me, and that's allowed us. What you guys don't know is that is what has allowed us to remain consistent. There'd be moments where we had to meet during the day, where we had to, schedule a different time to do the production meeting, or schedule a different time to record. And you've always been a trooper about it, and I truly appreciate you for it.
Well, thank you. I feel the same way because it's been times, it's been me. So thank you. I think we're vested.
Yeah.
I think that's what it says. We're vested. I feel like this is our baby. Like literally,
Yeah.
this is our baby. And
Yes.
So we're not gonna be bad parents. And
not at all.
Not, you know what I mean, not take care of it. So I think that's really what it boils down to. We're gonna do whatever we have to do in order to get it done.
Yeah.
So thank you too for your ability. I mean, listen, you've been flexible to the point that I've moved to a whole nother state, and you had to figure out how you're gonna make this work. So excuse me. Thank you.
But look, but even with that, like your willingness to even be like, all right, we're gonna figure out how we're gonna record. And it started with that. Well, we got to go back to Anchor. Like, I mean, while we love Anchor, recording on Anchor is a bit different than the way that we were recording. So we have become accustomed to that. So please, that was no shade to Anchor, but
no.
Just trying to figure it out. Like, well, how are we going to still get video? And just being, it just falling in our lap, with using the programs that we use. Yeah, we can use that, and it actually comes out, really good. So thank you.
You're welcome. I hope it was worth it. That's all.
Absolutely. Huh?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right.
Thank you to those of you who listen on a consistent basis. Thank you to those of you who just listen, who hear our perspectives and continue to listen. Those of you who watch, who've been tuning in on YouTube. For those of you who listen, I just want to reiterate that we do have a YouTube channel where we clip these episodes and we take each topic and we put it out that way. So check us out on all platforms, everywhere you can stream us. Hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at Feel to the Real. If you want to reach out to us and give us some good critique, hit us up at our Gmail account.
Yeah.
feeltothereal@gmail.com.
Yeah. Listen, I want to say this too. I'm taking time to put up these surveys for y'all to respond to us about who's really right.
Yes.
I'm gonna need y'all to get on. Go to IG, Feel to the Real, and you'll see in the story. And I try to do it in the feed.
Yeah.
But either way, I need y'all to respond. Who's really right on IG? Take the time. It's 2 seconds.
Don't just like it. Respond to.
Respond to it.
Yeah.
Yes. So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with us while we have gotten our groove, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm working on my setting around me too, by the way, y'all. See, Jarrett,
I know. So look, you done got the pillows. Nah, this looks real. I see it's like this shiny spot right here where the light hitting the back of the wall, and then it looks like I'm in a prison.
No, it does not. It does not. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We love y'all.
Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Now put the cameras on me, 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 put the cameras on me.